Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Budeau. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. It is Thursday morning, September 8th. We have lots to talk about today. If you're joining us live, that's awesome. But remember, you can always watch and listen to this live stream whenever you want throughout the day. You can go to our InForum YouTube channel or check it out on your favorite podcast platform. It's really a great way to get your news and weather to start your day. Just visit inforum.com/podcasts and you can look for the InForum Minute. So I just want to start quickly with the weather. Pretty nice day, going to be another hot one. But of course, if you tuned into First News this morning, you heard Lydia talking about the chance for some showers and of course, the cool down that is on the way as well. So of course, you can always get the very latest on your weather by using that Storm Tracker weather app throughout the day, whether you're tracking those rain showers or just a little cool down back to maybe more normal fall weather. It is moving into the middle of September, so you knew that was bound to happen. We do have some breaking news to talk about, but looking ahead first, we just want to start with, there's lots of things going on today that you might want to check out. Talking about Lydia, we're both going to be at the Chocolate Fantasy. The YWCA Cass Clay is hosting its 39th annual Chocolate Fantasy and Chili 2 event today. About much more than chocolate, that gets all the attention, but of course it's a huge fundraiser for the YWCA, which of course helps survivors of domestic abuse. Always a great silent auction, so you're going to want to check that out. It starts at 11, goes until 7 tonight. It's all happening at the Delta Hotel by Marriott. $20, but you're definitely going to eat $20 worth of chocolates and chili, so check that out. That's happening today if you don't have lunch or even supper plans, or maybe both. You can also do to-go boxes as well, so you might want to check that out. ywcacastclay.org/chocolate for more information. Also, I haven't been to this, but I work with a lot of people who went to UND, and it's a big, big deal. The longtime potato bowl tradition coming back. The world's largest French fry feed. It's going to be at University Park for the first time in 2 years. Of course, we can blame the pandemic, but that feed is going to start at 4 this afternoon. French fries always count as a great lunch or supper as well. The Fargo Public School District is hosting its annual Back to School Bash today as well. Lots of games and activities. That bash is going on from 5 to 7 tonight in the south parking lot of the district office. That's just off 7th Street behind Hawthorne Elementary. Definitely back to school season. And of course also we can't forget about Moorhead's Greater Moorhead Days kicking off as well. Lots of fun events for the whole family. 10 days packed with community events. Today the big event, Family Fun Day in Gooseberry Park. You can check out all of the events at greatermoorheaddays.com. So let's get to that breaking news. Saquon was covering this for us throughout the night. Huge police presence, so a lot of people are talking about that. At least one arrest has been made, but this is what happened. Initially, a call came in to Fargo Police about shots being fired. That was along 8th Street in Fargo. Shortly after that, a highway patrolman noticed a car flying by on the interstate on I-94, clocked him at more than 100 miles per hour. That, of course, set off a high-speed police chase. Started in Fargo, went into Moorhead, crashed along Highway 52, kind of near the Antiques Mall area. We do know at least 4 people were in the vehicle, but as soon as the chase ended, the crash happened. Those 4 people jumped out of the vehicle, took off, running, hid. Police brought in their canine, did an incredible job of tracking those suspects. They actually found them hiding inside a culvert. Interesting as well, though, inside the car that they left, they found a large amount of marijuana in a backpack and a couple of handguns, all of them loaded. At this point, we know 3 people were detained. The investigation is still underway, but 1 person was arrested. We do have that name. 18-year-old Daniel Sissy of Fargo was arrested on felony charges of fleeing a motor vehicle and obstructing a police officer. So this is a breaking story. We're still working on getting details, of course. Saquon was on the story this morning. We're going to have another Dayside WDAY crew working on this throughout the day. So be sure to tune in tonight to WDAY 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 to get the very latest on what we learn throughout the day. Another big story. Today, the Fargo Police Oversight Board will be meeting to discuss the results of the investigation into that officer-involved shooting that led to the death of a man in Fargo back in July. 4 people hunched over in a minivan. That's what police were initially called out to. It was near the 13th Avenue Cashwise. You probably remember this story. Officers arrived a few minutes later. Shane Netterville tried to drive off. He was actually shot and killed by Officer Adam O'Brien. Attorney General Drew Wrigley says his office's investigation found the shooting was justified, but the Fargo Police Oversight Board is also going to be doing their own in-depth analysis of this shooting, and that meeting starts tonight at 5 at City Hall, so we'll have a crew there as well. Big story out of East Grand Forks. The East Grand Forks man who killed a Grand Forks woman will spend decades in prison, but the family of the victim is still very upset. We heard this morning on First News from the father of 28-year-old Megan Gustafson, who says he was angry that the man who killed his daughter, Ahmed Abdullahi, was getting a 35-year prison sentence. Sounds like a hefty sentence, but he says there was a lengthy criminal history by the Ahmed Abdullahi. So upset, serious crime, and sentencing still of 35 years. If you would like to go ahead and listen and read more on that, you can go to InForum.com. We're also tracking a major update on a couple's request for a pig feedlot in rural Becker County. This is a story that we've been following quite lengthily. The request was unanimously approved by the Becker County Commission, but there's a catch on this. The commission included multiple conditions in its approval after concerns from the community with a packed commission meeting room last night. Here are some of the conditions. Road repair agreement with the township, a manure management plan needs to be in place, odor control, and some water quality testing. This is also something that came out of it as well. The county is now looking to declare a moratorium on new permits. So we will continue to follow that. Of course, a big story out of Becker County. This is also breaking, kind of leaving our local headlines. You've probably heard this a bit this morning. Britain's Queen Elizabeth is now under medical supervision. Doctors apparently are saying that they're very concerned for her health. We're not getting a lot of details, but of course that announcement itself was coming out of Buckingham Palace. We are hearing reports that her family is now with her, so we'll continue to follow that and give you updates as well throughout the day. Another national headline, a second suspect is now dead after a mass stabbing attack that killed 10 people and injured 18 more in Canada. We've been following this for you. After a 3-day manhunt, Miles Sanderson died after he was arrested yesterday in Saskatchewan. And watch for updates on this. The Senate race in Pennsylvania is officially headed to a debate. John Fetterman has now agreed to debate his opponent, Dr. Oz. Oz again attacked Fetterman over his refusal to debate, but the Democratic lieutenant governor says, well, he was just recovering from a stroke that he suffered in May, and he always intended to debate Oz. A couple of sports headlines. These are big ones. Former Stanley Cup winner and Moorhead native Matt Cullen, maybe you heard this, he's coming back home. He's going to take on a special role with the Fargo Force. He just announced he's going to be a minority owner for the team. Of course, Cullen comes in with 21 years of experience in the National Hockey League, along with, oh yeah, don't forget, 3 Stanley Cup wins as a player. So that's a big sports news, and we talked about this a lot as well because, you know, we're the home of the herd. Bison fans here. The FCS Championship game is returning to WDAY. There's going to be one major change. We're so happy to have the game back here. But the NCAA has also said they're going to move that title game to Sunday starting this season. So it's going to air January 8th on WDAY right here at 1 o'clock. NCAA, of course, hoping for a bigger audience, but here's the thing, you can probably put this together. It's going to be competing with the last Sunday of the regular season in the NFL. So those are just 2 sports stories. You know, Dom's probably going to be talking about that. Hot Mic is on from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra, also at InForum.com. While you're watching the show, check out some of the great stories as well at InForum.com. It's really your best resource for local news and sports, weather too. So check that out. Lots of stories we're working on in our newsroom today, so be sure to tune in tonight as well. 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 for the very latest on WDAY News. And back to InForum.com. Don't forget, you can get InForum.com, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, an all-access pass. So a really great price. Just go to InForum.com/subscribe to get that deal. And be sure to tune in with us tomorrow morning. I have a great story that I'm working on. Talk to the hype guy, the guy who makes the hype videos for Bison football. We're visiting with him tomorrow morning on First News. So wake up with First News tomorrow morning, 5 to 7, and have a great day. Thanks for joining us.